wheels, which is good. Mine fell apart. If we just remember that the reality is inverted, and wherever the so-called, wherever the whoever's are telling you you ought to be, or how you ought to stand, or what you ought to think about, or where you should place your attention, and all this is always the opposite. Generally speaking, sometimes it's not always the opposite. So if you take that in term with your own body, mind, emotional, complex, space-time situated, and what ought to be done with that, how that ought to be properly placed within the grander scheme of existence. Well, look at what the news and things and the corporations, the corpse songs are telling you, and they say, well, fix your mole, make sure, if you have a cleft lip, get that one taken care of. Boobs, they should be the right size, the butt should be the right size, and make sure that your one-track narrative, because you're just like a singular human with one life that starts here and ends there. Make sure that one is kept tidy, and don't let it color outside the lines, because that's just bad. Just don't bother with that. So this is the kind of thing that you'll get from the media. And it's the opposite of that, of course. So nothing on the surface matters or is important. I'm trying to figure out a better word for matter, because I don't like that word in relation to what it's trying to say. But more important than what the body looks like, or how it relates to the looks of the other bodies, or what the one-track narrative looks like. More important than that is the inner energetics that actually create every single body motion and movement. It starts in the inner energetic quantum, outside of the sort of monkey mind, outside of it completely. It starts there. All of everything that's important is happening inside, energetically. And your eyeballs can't see it, but your eyeballs are made of it, right? So when you as the human being is sitting there trying to manage your life based on what the exterior sort of claymation model frozen state image of the quantum inner energetic state is painting a picture of, when you're trying to manipulate that picture itself, that's when it doesn't work. It falls apart, and the thought space, the mind that wants to manipulate that picture, like this hand is doing something, right? Like the mind wants the hand to do something, and the mind is like, the social mind, the backward mind says, well, first you have to think a thought, and then you have to attach a purpose to that, to why is the hand doing the thing, and then you have to make sure that it's not violating any laws, and then once you've gone through all of that, you double checked, you've got it signed off in triplicate, by the authorities that are making sure the hand is moving properly, and once it has gone through customs, and you've made sure that it's okay with your mom and your dad, like this is okay, girlfriend might not like it that much because it's attracting other females and they're getting jealous. She's getting jealous because other females are saying maybe that the hand motion is too sexy or something. So you got to check off on all of these authorities to make sure that you're moving the thing within proper parameters, right? to do that would never result in the hand doing something like natural, like wiggle, shake, like all that kind of stuff. It happens all that in 10,000 billion times in the same second, and it's a complete flip of what the monkey mind would have you believe that's happening. Is not, monkey mind isn't telling you anything, it doesn't know anything. So keep in mind that the inner energetics are what was hijacked, not anything that you see with your eyeballs. Eventually, the hijacking, you know, were it to succeed, and it's not, but were it to succeed, eventually the hijacking would leak out into the observable phenomenal plane as a horror show. And then any sort of cloaked entities or beings or flow patterns of energy, any of those things would no longer need to be cloaked, and you would see it out there with your eyeballs. And of course you'd be horrified. And that would be because you were putting your attention and your energetic attention in the wrong place, which is this. All of this is the wrong place, right? Even though it's all that your attention has been focused into or out to is this. This is life. And it is life. It's an expression of life, but it's the residue of the energetic movements. It's not, this here is not like the important thing, so-called. And I know that takes it might take a bit of time to ingest or digest that sort of speaking, but as far as my personal experience, that's what it is. So, anyway, hope the peoples are doing well. And do your thing. Peace.